The following segment is sponsored by Paper Street Sign Company.
Welcome back. You've probably seen our next guest's work on signage and banners and wrapped vehicles across the upstate. Jeremiah Moyer is here from Paper Street Sign Company. Good morning.
Good morning.
First, your business. It's all about eye-catching signs that align your customer's brand and business. So tell me about your background and why you started the company.
Well, I have a background in manufacturing, but I always thought advertising was interesting, and printing, I kind of got into it blindly, just started doing it, and then some people found out I was doing it and asked me to do some work for them, and it kind of snowballed from there. And next thing I know, we were doing it, 10, 12 hours a day, and just kept doing it.
You love when a hobby turns into a business. Paper Street Sign Company is located in Spartanburg, but you do work all over the upstate. So talk to us about your specialties.
Well, we do pretty much anything digitally printed, decals, banners, vehicle wraps. We specialize in channel letters like lit stuff, LED. It can be ground level or up in the air. We do it all. Pretty much anything that can get the company out there for them and advertise.
And I know you pride yourselves on the quick turnaround times, top quality, competitive pricing. Talk to us about what sets Paper Street Sign Company apart.
Well, yeah, we always try to meet the customer's budget where they are, and sometimes they don't think they can fit it in, and we try to do that every time and give them the best sign possible. Whether it be banners, yard signs, or large lit signs. Whatever it is, we try to see what they can do and do the most at that.
Yeah, and you were telling me the other day, you've met so many great people. There's a lot of people out there trying to run their businesses, wanting to market them, and that must be a really rewarding thing to be able to work with those people.
Sure, yeah, it really is. There's a lot of people out there starting businesses, and like I said, they don't realize what they can do. Some people have a number in their mind. This is how much I can do, and we just take that and do the most with it. And it's real rewarding whenever they get started up, get really going, and come back to us for more. When it's really thriving, and it's great to be a part of.
And I know you're going to be back here soon, but before we let you go today, let's do some advice stuff. Do you have any tips for people that want to market their companies efficiently? Their budgets vary.
Sure. I always tell people, let's save money where you can, but spend the money where you need to. Like if it's up in the air, spend as much as you can. You don't have to go back up there and spend money, with a lift or just manpower to get up there. If it's at ground level, save some money, do the quick turnaround stuff. Especially if it's temporary for just promo stuff, let's do the inexpensive stuff.
Let's brag on your crew over at Paper Street Sign Company. You work quickly. Who have you hired? How big is your staff?
We have several people we work with. I have a full-time designer, and I'm also a designer, so we can quick turnaround on design time, mock-ups, and then we have several people help us install. There's a lot of people, we kind of have people working part-time and full-time, so it's never a problem to get a job done in a quick turnaround.
Yeah, you do what's needed. And the other thing, I think people assume that they're going to have to spend a whole lot of money, but you were saying one piece of advice is spend money where you need to, but save where you can. Talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, sometimes people say, I just want the best of the best in everything, and then they realize, they should have backed off in certain areas, and they also should have doubled down in some areas. We try to just tell them that from the beginning, like this is the stuff we can cut out, this is stuff, and line by line, this is what you really need to start up. We have entry-level packages, and then we have rebranding packages where they really want to redo it, and let's do the areas that you didn't think of the first time.
And specifically, I think you were saying it's the yard signs that you can do more inexpensively, but if they're doing the big, bold letters.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we can do all that stuff, inexpensive, especially if it's lightweight. It doesn't take a lot to get it there, but if it's heavy, it takes many trucks, lifts, and stuff. It's going to cost more, but it's going to be such a more permanent look, and it's going to be real bold.
Okay. Anything else you love about what you're doing these days, and creating your own business?
Yeah, it's great taking something from an idea all the way to full scale, and then when you really see it, either lit or non-lit, out there in the community, you're like, you really love, that all came from just one idea somebody had, and might have even shot you a text or just called you one day, and the next thing you know, you see it full scale, and you're like, we did all that.
Well, the passion in what you do really comes across, and I know you've got a lot of pride in your work. So if anybody wants to get in touch with Jeremiah and his team at Paper Street Sign Company, you'll want to go to the website on your screen, paperstreetsignco.com. The number is 864-999-SIGN. Jeremiah, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll send it back to you in the studio.